The Silver Grove update is, I want to say finally here, but it's here. Finally is kind of, well, this is part 3 of the 3-part update, which is now a 4-part update, so the War Within is still to come. And what they've done is they've kind of plucked Titania from the War Within and thrown her into basically her own update, named The Silver Grove, which is live now on PC. Coming to consoles eventually. And what this means is there is a new Warframe. Go in, find her, there she is. This is Titania. This is the one that has the ability to control the butterflies, turn into a butterfly, kind of, still a bit big for a butterfly, but any smaller would have been a bit silly. And you can either buy this for 275 platinum, or the parts are behind a quest. You can, however, buy you've got to get a blueprint from here anyway. Well, that's useful. I didn't know that one. Or, of course, there is always the fabled all-seeing, all-doing bundle that tends to come when there's a new frame. This one comes with the new Sandana, which is the only reason I'm mentioning this, which isn't this at the back, it's this infected thing down the front. The new secondary, which I have no idea what on earth it's called, so... I have the Kogaki. I swear if this has removed the Kogaki from my inventory, I'm going to not be very happy. I'll just put it that way. And this is in fact not a secondary weapon. This is a new gunblade. Don't think it's going to take on the other one. I kind of wish that one, the Redeemer, because it does kind of have similar stats, but this does 42 slash, whereas the new one does 49. So it's slightly better. And of course the blueprint is obtainable in here, but it does need the AK stiletto. I will never put my AK stilettos into this, because there's 2 and this is 1 weapon. Yeah. But anyway, I would have liked to have seen dual-wielding gunblades if it uses a dual-wielding weapon. So that to me makes absolutely no sense, but 3,300 Krautic is actually a fair bit. And then of course there is also, I forgot, I've got to go back past 3, the actual secondary weapon, which is basically a gassy Spira. It does toxic damage. Now, if history repeats itself here, and this is anything like the Acrid was, back in the day when the Acrid was the best weapon in the game, these could be promising. They're more than likely not though, because, well, the Spira has actual damage. This thing, oh, it doesn't actually show up there, that's nice. But these things don't, and the blueprint for these is unfortunately in the biolab. There is also a stance for the new melee gunblade thing, and it's called Bullet Dance. It doesn't say where it comes from in the codex though. Final Harbinger, you can see it comes from the Drekar Manic. Even though I don't have it, still says where it comes from. Bullet Dance doesn't do this because it's not dropped by an enemy. You only get it by opening the caches that appear in Sabotage missions in the Orokin Void, which is actually a nice place to put these things. It gives you an excuse to go back to the Void, because since the star map changes, there's not many people playing in the Void anymore, because you don't have to go there for Prime stuff anymore. There are also 3 new augments. Nyx has one for Absorb, called, yeah, I'm not pronouncing that because I'll get wrong for it. Nezha and Atlas also have some, but I can't seem to find them yet. There's Atlas's, and this is for Landslide, called Path of Statues. I had to pause for a second there because brain wanted to say status and I got wrong last time I did that. And that one actually looks like it could be pretty useful. Leave a trail for 12 seconds that petrifies enemies for 6 seconds. But it depends how you play with Atlas, to be honest. And Nezha's, which I'm actually looking forward to trying out, Safeguard, is the Warding Halo augment, which allows you to cast Warding Halo onto allies with 50% effectiveness. And that could be really useful. The one for the Arcwing, that basically does the similar kind of thing, that puts a shield on other people as well as yourself. That's actually ridiculously useful. So this could also be useful. I mean, imagine Rhino having Iron Skin, being able to cast Iron Skin on allies. That would be a useful augment, but at the same time, overkill as an augment, so hopefully that'll never happen. And there's that Sandana again. It's kind of also an infected one, and it doesn't look that bad. But it's 10 platinum more than other ones, and it's kind of nicer than that other infected one that makes you look like a dinosaur. There are also customizations for the operator here, if I can ever find out where they are. And it's basically, as far as I can tell, and it's, there it is, it should be under there. Actually, that one looks kind of cool. There's the normal one, and I thought there was 3 other ones, but there's not, there's 2. But you can also equip the suit that goes with it. Because you've got the normal one and then you've got other ones. Actually, the texture on that's pretty nice. Got some detailing in the fabric. And that one kind of looks like a skirt. Finally found the glyph. They've added this thing in that you can paint onto walls called a glyph. And as far as I can tell, a lot of these are basically profile icons that you can use. Okay, no, you have to buy pretty much every single one of them. Wow, that is... well, almost every single one of them. But there's also ones in here. Ah, there it is. The Curie one, if you've collected all the Curie, you're supposed to have that one, because it actually gives you it in your inbox as soon as you log in, because it popped up and kind of freaked me out. But there it is. It's the glyph for the Curie. And the glyphs are under profile and then glyph. According to everything, you're supposed to buy something called a Glyph Prism consumable from the market, but I looked and I can't find it. But there it is. It goes into your gear and you basically just use it on a wall, and that's pretty much it. It kind of floats off the wall, but they do move and they do look really nice. Also, should note, the glare of the Cephalon fragments is insane now. They have... it looks like they've increased that quite a bit, because it wasn't like that 5 minutes ago. The Raptor 2.0 boss fight is also here. The room is the same, but they have reworked Raptor itself. To get the quest to do Titania, you have to go to any of the relays, and it's literally at the Rhino statue, turn left. You can actually see it on the map, it's a little blue X. It's inside of the new Loka room, and you've basically got to talk to the person everybody's in front of. And then she will give you this long discussion while you get it. Well, she doesn't give you a long discussion, she talks to you about something. But once she's done, there it is, all you gotta do is click accept quest. Not going to spoil it too much just yet. Of course, the biggie in the room here is the fact that fusion cores are gone. They are no more. Any you had have been swapped into this stuff in the corner called Endo. And all that means, and I'm looking for one and I do have a blank one. No. When it comes to fusing stuff, it's more simplified. All you've got to do is hit the positive and it tells you how many it takes and how much it's going to cost. 40,000 of these things to fully rank a primed mod isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but is still quite a lot of credits. If you had a legendary core, don't worry, they are still here, but they are no longer legendary cores. It's now Endo. I love the little picture for it there. But there was loads of things that they said they were going to do for this stuff that didn't. I will get more into this system in time, because it says that 5 Endo is 1 unranked common core. If that is true, then this number doesn't quite make much sense to me, because I was able to fully max 2 prime mods, and yeah, I could still do, I can now do 3 actually, so technically it's a better system now than it was before. But all mods can be dissolved as you would have seen when I clicked on it, if I go by duplicate, you can actually dissolve all of them. And apparently if you middle mouse button, it will select all mods. And then you can dissolve them into Endo as well, rather than sell them for cash, which means you can get the stuff. Now, Endo drops the same as Fusion Cores did before. This is part one of this whole Fusion simplification system, and seeing how simple it was and how much easier it is to level up a mod, it is much better than it was, and it actually seems to be slightly cheaper as well. And let's not forget, Endo will also pop up as alerts for the value of it. That's actually not a bad amount of Endo. If a unranked common core is classed as 5 Endo, that's actually quite a lot of Endo. There's also new Lenovo stuff over in the Conclave. There's a new arena, as well as ball magnet guard. Passing has changed slightly. There is also new skins in here as well, but I don't really have the standing to go anywhere near them skins. But the skins are for the Carrack, the Kraken, the AK Stiletto, the Torpedo, the Glaive and the Soma. They have now been given their own Conclave skins for those who are interested in that kind of thing. But honestly, I really need to get back into this stuff. I did a little bit, but got bored of it and went back to playing the game. They've also added this weird thing where you can see how many forma you've put on a weapon. None. 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 Never even leveled it. 4. I mean, 4 on the Supra, none on the Cyanide Simulator. That's backwards. It's also the same for Warframes, that it shows you how many times you've formatted them. 6 on Nova, but only 4 on Nova Prime. But I use Nova Prime more, which is weird. Same with, I've got more than one forma on Loki Prime. 1. I thought I did that more. Oh well.